Healing. Let's talk about healing. So, healing is necessary anytime we have experienced some disappointment, some hurt, or any time that we really have experienced something that we didn't want to experience. So, the healing process, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about forgiveness because forgiveness is huge. And I know I've talked about forgiveness a lot, but forgiveness is one of those things that people say they do, but there's no evidence that they have. And so, what I mean by that is unforgiveness is like you drinking poison and expecting me to die. So let's walk through this. What does that look like? So what it looks like is when you say you forgive somebody, but you'll have nothing to do with them. Every time their name is brought up, anytime you're even around them, you get this feeling in your stomach. You just like, ugh. That lets you know that the poison is still inside of you. And although you say you have forgiven them, that feeling that you're dealing with, that lets you know you have not. And so that poison, it's eating away at you. It's causing wrinkles. It's causing all sorts of things in your stomach. You lose your appetite. Sometimes you have a headache. Sometimes you have all of these things that are going on. And it's simply because you haven't healed. And forgiveness is the beginning of healing. The Word of God says for us to cast our cares on Him. And so we have to acknowledge and be open that we are hurt, that whatever happened, it hurt us. It caused us some type of damage. And so that's the first step, is acknowledging it. And once you acknowledge it, then you can say, God, I need to give this to you. Teach me how to give this to you. God, I surrender this to you. And even when you say, I forgive someone, even if it doesn't feel like you've forgiven, that starts the process. That starts the casting. And what casting means, it means to just throw it on God. So it's not anything that's cutesy. You can just throw it on God. And so throwing it on God, that starts our healing process. Because anything that we don't acknowledge, it doesn't exist to us. So if we don't acknowledge that we're hurt, we can't even give it to God. So that starts our healing process. And it's very, very important that we acknowledge it, number one, and number two, that we cast it onto God. And every time something happens, when that person's name comes up or that situation or something comes up, if you feel that urge to, I just can't do this, whatever that is, that lets you know the poison is still inside. And what forgiveness does is forgiveness releases that poison. It is the antidote for the poison. So keep that in mind. Heal yourself so that you can heal others. Be intentional about your healing. And if you guys like this video, I want you to hit the like button and subscribe to the Intentional Lifestyle Coach. I'll see you guys soon.